Hey YouTube, it's David with Richter Scale Studios. We're updating the remodel of my game boards right now. This will be part 4. Before I even start painting, which I said I was going to do, I just wanted to add some more terrain to it besides just doing buildings. So what you see in the background here, I got some buttes. And I guess they're called buttes. If you ever look at like Monument Valley or pictures of that, the big red deserts, and they have these huge spires of rock. Well, I wanted to kind of add that to this. These are 7.5 inches, and they're on 6x6 boards, so that's even terrain. I'm going to do probably 2 more of these. I got a couple blocks ready to go. I was going to cut some MDF for those. And the tools I am using are the hot wire foam factory tools. The one I'm mainly using right now is just the foam cutter, I think that's called. And there's a router there on the right. That's the engraver I've been using when I did the dead zone table, and I did some of the engraving on there for some detail. I'll show that up a little bit closer. And those are, I believe, a 6-inch and a 8-inch saw. Kind of, they cut. There's like saws. And I have a basically like a cutting table upstairs. So you can see what this is. Basically, I took a block like this. Excuse me. And just glued it on some MDF with some wood glue, and then just took the router to it, and then just to give it those, I guess, styrations or whatever, where you see the sedimentary rock over the billions of years or whatever they do to develop. And there'll be just different shades of red earth tones and light sand tones. We go into this, so those are the ones that separate them. And I'm still not completely done with these. I've got some Drydex spackling, and that'll be it to put into the grooves in the bottom here, and this will be to smooth it out. Then those be glued and sanded, and then I'm going to goop this, which most everyone knows what goop is. It's a mixture of acrylic caulking, PVA glue, water, and then you use some kind of plaster. I have Tough Stone, which is a fiber reinforced plaster. And then I'm going to add some pigment that I have from Smooth On, or I have some gray pigment from Tap Plastics. And I also have some regular pigment powders. I have like a big jar from Douglas and Sturgis in the Bay Area. This is like what we use for weathering. This is a giant like mayonnaise jar full. And I can either use one of those and mix it and give it a nice gray pigment or a black pigment, mostly a gray. And that's also to protect it, and also if you nick the paint off, you're not going to see white plaster underneath it or white glue. It's going to be a little more harder to see, and it's going to get more durable. So that's it for this update. I can show you how this works real quick. Let's see. Let's go over here. I'm still working on, which one I like the flat side of it. This thing did. As you can see, it's got this flat side over here. I got this all warmed up. This is very easy to do. Just kind of just goes through. It's faster than butter. And you can add really neat textures to it. And you can add different waves and stuff just to kind of add more interest. So that looks even better right now. And then when I do the goop on it, I'm probably take the Dremel and either probably one of the bits I used for carving styrofoam. This kind of styrofoam you don't really want to carve. This doesn't hold together like the pink stuff. And I will do some more detail that way. And also if you can like pull more of it against. So then bring it down. You have these different layers on the base of it. If you notice, you go over to look at these Monument Valley pictures of those stone structures, or not structures, but you can see they always have like a flared out base. I don't know if that's from the sediment coming down and building up or how it is, but I'm trying to get that same look. And also we're using it for 40K. I can't build these giant things to take up a 6x4 board. So I think these are good representations of that. And that will be it for now. We'll see you in the next part. Thanks again. Hey, I'm back real quick. On part 4, I'm adding these other 2 rock spires. So what I'm just doing is just using some same old styrofoam. This is from some packaging stuff that was just some blocks that look pretty cool. Got some wood glue on there. Make sure you get the edges. Put it down. And this is MDF that I cut. I have some 2 foot by 2 foot by 1/8 inch sheets. I like the 1/8 inch. It's sturdy enough, plus it's thin enough so when you throw it on the board, it's not some big chunk of wood like hitting everything. So that's how that sits down there. And I'm going to get a couple weights out of these old antique weights to put on these, and they just kind of hold it in place. So that's how I do that. And that's it for right now, and we'll include that in part 4, and those will eventually look like that. And it's kind of fun. Maybe this won't be the end of part 4. It's getting late here, so I'll let these dry, and in the morning I'll show you how I just showed you how I cut this. Never mind. Yeah, we'll cut this off at part 4 right now, and then we'll come back and then we'll show you how we're going to put the dry decks on it, and then sand it with some PVA. Then we'll hit it with the colored goop, and then we're going to spray paint it the same way we did the boards, and then paint it in the same way also. So there'll be like integral parts of the board that go with it with the desert theme. And also in one of the new parts, I got some smooth-on rubber, not the silicone rubber, but the urethane rubber. And I want to try to make some kind of like a highway or road system that you can lay across the board, so maybe you have some kind of defensive thing, or also gives some of your vehicles a bonus when they're on open ground. So it'll be like a highway in the desert type of thing. So that is it. Finally, for sure, for part 4 on the remodeling my boards. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.